the quantity of rainfall also leads to saturation of the earth, and then at a point there is nowhere for the water to go other than to flow. And then it flows from the north, and then it builds momentum, turns into a large pool, and then starts wreaking havoc. That's what happens. So you see this water moving down, gets into River Niger, River Benue, eventually into the tributaries, River Non and Focados. And then if there is a receptacle to receive it, it will not create the kind of damage that it has been creating over the years. Go and see the River Non here. It's completely very shallow. It's no longer a river, it's just a passageway for water. It's no longer the river that it used to be. So I believe that it's not just to cry, but it's for governors to step in and do the best that they can. In Kaduna State, the former governor, dredged the River Kaduna. And he was proud to say that he solved the problem of flooding. There was no flooding in Kaduna last year. He was proud to say so because they did the analysis and did the calculations on what to remove out of the river, to desilt it. And then there was no flooding. But when you come here because of politics, you see governors wanting to put the blame on the federal government. See, the thing about government and the people is that government must always try to set clear-cut policy directions and then instill it in the people so that everybody gets to know and prepare. I am not sure that people in OG are aware of any plan by government to relocate those who were. I'm not sure about that.
It's certain that floods are coming, and one has to prepare about it. We are beginning to see the sign of the flood coming up, but we have not really seen the proactive nature of the committee, and the government is sleeping. Whether you like it or not, the government is sleeping, and here is flood again. Whether we like it or not, we are seeing it. It's before us. I believe by now the government must have put some measures on ground where if it is to Sanfil, a very large number of places where you can put the IDP camp, make it as an IDP camp. The government have not done something like that. And even the canals that we have in our environment, the canals are still there. The canals have not been cleared. This is something that we need to do that will help the society and help the people of Bayelsa State. For now, the amount of rainfall, when you want to record disaster in rainy season, you must also be seeing a rain falling and amounting to a big wind that will take up roof, fall crops and all of that. But we have not been able to witness that this year.
It is not enough for the federal government weather agency to always be forecasting without even the federal government putting in effort to deal with the issue. We hear in advanced countries, we watch on CNN and other international media where when they talk about hurricane and the other disasters about happening, the government will continue to announce and urge people to relocate, to evacuate. And we often see governmental action and individual actions. But here, apart from the forecast by NIMET and the Nigeria Meteorological Agency, there is no other effort that these federal government agencies and the government itself, whether it is Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, have done before we begin to blame the states. And why we have to blame the states, and even to some extent the local governments, and even individuals, is that this is happening to you. You don't need to wait for another person to come and tell you to be safe. However, because we are used to flooding is not new to our environment, that there was need to bring down some structures where people in either government, in the House of Assembly, in the executive, or those who are in government but are no longer in government or those who have connections in government have blocked natural water paths, and that there was a need to bring down some of those structures, and also to open up the natural drains that are in other parts of the state capital. Also because of the Ogbogoro coastal erosion, we even recommended in that report that government should set up a flood and erosion commission. Everything went into voicemail.